to another episode of Sin and Gin Podcast. I am Victor Garsley.
I'm the Crow Boy.
I'm Mr. Green.
And I'm Frankenstein.
And welcome to another episode of Sin and Gin Podcast, the podcast where we play games, we tell you facts, we tell you the latest news stories, and I clearly did not get the memo about having black jeans on. I've got my knobbly
yours off.
I got my knobbly knees out, and that's because I wanted to show it to you because we're all in the same room for once. Hey! Now we haven't been in the same room since 2020. Ever.
1886.
Hi, nice to meet you.
Hi, you are...
I'm Ash.
You're Ash. That's
Oh,
fine.
nice to meet you, Ash.
I don't like Ash.
I'm Ken Adams.
For some reason, I thought he was going to say Kenneth.
Yeah.
I'm Kenneth.
I was expecting just a Ken. Hi, I'm Ken.
Hi.
All right.
I'm a big fat juicy Ken.
You're a big juicy Ken.
So hi guys, we're in the same room.
Yeah.
It's very nice to see you. Yes, Joe, how you been?
I have been... Well, I've been stuck in a room mostly with you all week.
Yeah. I think our stuff could be combined. What you're doing this week could be combined.
Yeah,
Captain Planet.
Yeah.
you could talk about Let's Together Bath.
Okay.
No. So me and Matt have been
Having baths together.
having baths. Well, it saves the water, doesn't it? It's
does.
just a smart move.
Thinking of the planet. Well done.
Yeah.
Respect
Carbon neutral.
these people.
Respect the people of the planet Earth. Terra firma. No, we've been recording our album. Our
Yes.
spicy new album. So we're laying down all the sweet nachos
Spices.
and melodies.
Yeah.
And then
You got all the melodies from the same place you get shit news, right?
yeah, exactly.
Katie Price.
Yeah.
No.
No.
Kerry Katona.
The Falls.
The band.
The Falls of ancient Greece.
That's went on.
That's where we get the latest Victor and the Bully tracks from.
The Falls
The
of
Falls
ancient.
of Ancient Greece.
And then we send them to some cunt to mix.
Yeah, which is this guy, Mr. Frankie G.
Oh, man.
If you're on the
Yes,
podcast,
I am a cunt.
he pointed. He did a point.
But we've been living like little goblins, haven't we? Like we've had like no sunlight in 4 days so far.
Yeah, we wanted to make it.
Oh no, we did get sunlight just to get beer.
Yeah, no, well, we had to keep the room acoustically pure.
Yeah. We did a perilous journey to get alcohol.
Yeah, we could have been burned by the sun's deadly rays.
Yeah.
I'm surprised your eyes survived out there after
well.
being in this room for so long.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. So
But
it's
we've-
coming on well.
We've done some. If you are a fan of Victor and the Bully, this album does not have two tracks that have the same genre. You'll find this out when you mix it, Ash.
Yeah. And,
What a twist.
yeah, and also I think also we've got some great guest vocals, especially with Mr. Grave over here, where he just sounds like a demon. We needed some low, deep. Can you give us an example of one of your
What my demonic...
your embrace the disgrace?
Oh, the embrace. That sort of
Yeah.
shit. That's the fun
I
one.
like your.
Oh yeah, your Baboushka.
Oh, he did a Baboushka as well.
He did a
Nice Russian. Baboushcous. And stuff like that.
Baboushkas. A delicious fluffy rice type thing.
Do you like couscous? Yes.
We'll try Baboushkas.
Try Baboushcous. Baboushcous.
Ash, how have you been?
I've been all right. I haven't done much.
Great,
Nothing
Dave.
special. Yeah, no, pretty much nothing major. Just the usual. I always
major.
feel like I've never got anything to kind of share. I've been working. I've been obviously
Wanking.
mixing and wanking.
Work
Plenty of
hard,
that.
wank hard.
Yeah, exactly.
Getting
yeah.
past red now.
Yeah, nearly there.
Dave, how have you been?
I've been good. I've also had a slightly uneventful thing. The only thing I can say is everyone needs to go see the Suicide Squad film.
Oh, okay,
yeah.
yeah.
Because the first one was absolutely fucking dog shit.
Yeah.
But I went with my mate to go see the new one. Fucking brilliant film.
Is it?
Yeah.
Really good film.
I've heard
yeah.
it's good. I've heard that Ryan Reynolds one is really good as well. Was it Free Guy?
The one
Free
Free Man.
Guy.
And also, is it as good as Jungle Cruise? With
I haven't seen that.
that
so
looks quite good.
I do want to see
I've heard
that.
good
Is that
things
The
about
Rock?
that as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anything with The Rock in is
it just
at least
tends
worth
to
watching.
work, yeah.
Like, Jumanji was really good. I enjoyed
I
that.
can't hate
great.
The Rock, and I would.
I would really like to.
I want to fight him.
I'd be damned if I could find a person on this God green earth that hates The Rock.
What about
where?
Undertaker?
Oh,
I've
yeah.
heard
And
they
Stone
made
Cold Steve Austin hates it.
Oh, they made
Yeah,
that.
Stone
made
Cold
that.
and Rock rival
I
was
saw them
pretty.
holding hands behind the sheds.
They
Stone
were.
Cold and the Rock rivalry was
Yeah.
pretty.
They hate each other.
But he had Rock and Sock Connection.
Oh.
Yeah.
Sorry, we're going off on a tangent about
Yeah,
wrestling now.
what have you been up to this week, Matt?
Been with you.
Yeah.
We went over
That's
that.
it.
We're fucking losers.
We just end up
Anyway.
repeating what we did. So
did I
I
do?
think it's about time for Count Factula.
You nearly forgot what we were doing then. Didn't you?
Yeah, well,
It's time for a thing.
It's just time to fucking do it.
it's Count Facula.
Let's
Count
bath,
fuck.
was it? Let's bath together.
Let's together, Bob.
Let's together bath.
together
Sorry,
bath.
let's together
Together
bath.
I've got facts for you. You've got facts for me. Well, here comes Count Factula to train you with his facts.
I am Count Factula! Hey!
Where would you go with that?
It was meant to be like Northern Russian.
Oh, is that what it was?
See, I thought it was more southern.
Yeah. I was going to say northeast.
He ended up sounding a bit like a kind of Dutch Scandinavian.
yeah, we
I am Count Factula, man!
You sound like something out of like Austin Powers. Like, hey, yeah, how you do, Austin? I love you.
What's this segment done?
This is something completely new now. This is Count Factula. This is a segment where we tell each other an amazing fact that we've not bothered to look up at all because we've got other lives to do now. Unlike when it was back in the lockdown days. Teams. Back in the lockdown teams. Anyway, so yeah, now we basically try and just blag it on the day and we'll all tell each other a fact.
Sorry.
Lockdown times.
Lockdown times.
Lockdown teams.
Lockdown times.
Because Joe did a really good impression, we'll go
shit.
with Ash first.
Oh, okay.
There you go, that makes sense.
Oh, I kind of wish you hadn't, but yeah, cool.
I just wanted to pick it up.
Right, so I, for my facts this week,
Didn't do any research.
I did a little bit, but for a change. But I was looking up sort of ideas of bizarre medicine, and I was thinking about snake oil because obviously snake oil was one of those that's kind of linked to being like fraudulent and everything like that. But it actually turns out that snake oil actually does have a origin of legitimacy.
Are you going to tell us how you oil a snake?
You grab it.
Are you not? Are you telling me you're not familiar with the
I mean,
term
I know how
snake
to
oil?
oil my own snake.
All right,
I have to say one thing.
Penis.
Matt, your flat is very hot.
it is very warm.
It
We
is
are.
hot, sorry.
We are
Yeah, it's
little
your fault.
steamers.
It's your fault.
Anyway, so snake oil has origins of being from fraudulent people, particularly in America. But actually turns out that it was a very legitimate practice in the early sort of years of America and was actually brought over from the Chinese. They used to extract oil from Chinese water snakes in the 1800s. From an influx of Chinese workers in making the transcontinental railroad. It was rich in omega-3 acids. It was used to reduce inflammation and treat arthritis and bursitis, I think it is, and was rubbed on the workers' joints after a long day of working on the railroad. So, enter Clark Stanley, the rattlesnake king.
Classic Asian name.
No, this wasn't an Asian, this was an American. So, originally a cowboy, Stanley claimed to have studied with the Hopi medicine man who turned him to the healing powers of snake oil. So what he'd do is he'd literally go to different towns and he would literally take a rattlesnake and literally fucking rip it apart and then squeeze juice out of it and say, this is what I'm using to treat you.
Blend it.
And he used to sell it by the bucket loads. And it turns out that the stuff he sold didn't even have that in it. It was just random shit.
It was just snake nuts.
literally just random shit. There was nothing in it. It was just
His own piss.
So people obviously saw how much money he was making, so they took the practice up, the similar idea, and that's where the term snake oil came from, this idea of it was not even...
You got the snake oil salesman, didn't you?
That's it,
The idea
exactly,
of
but it wasn't actually snake oil at all in the thing. And then a holus bonus one, so I had to put this in. Did you know that vibrators were invented to cure woman hysteria? Which was an actual
About bloody right.
it was a medicinal
You're damn right.
back in the
women.
back
Having
in the
too much fun.
19th century. It
Are we
was
still talking about snake oil?
yeah, no, this is a
bonus.
bonus bonus. It's a quick bonus bonus because I couldn't decide
Do
between
you
the
lube it
two.
up with snake oil?
I had to decide between the two, but there was back in the 19th century, there was a female disease known as woman hysteria, and
I think it still exists.
yeah, it pretty much does. But yeah,
And this was the final episode.
it says we believe to cause a number of maladies, including anxiety, irritability, sexual desire, insomnia, faintness, and a bloated stomach. So almost every woman shows some symptoms. That's what it says in here, not me. By the way.
I mean,
But the ancient medical theories about wandering wombs, and that was the main thing. Apparently, wombs used to wander.
off in the night.
So
Come back to the
basically, the treatment for it was a pelvic massage, which would induce hysterical
With a
paroxysm, which is basically an orgasm.
Yeah.
It's basically an orgasm.
Doctor, why have you been, darling? Why have you been to the doctor 5 times this week
Yeah, that's
already?
it.
I just fucking love
Do you
it.
know
I've
what?
got the hysteria loves.
Keep in mind, the original vibrator was steam powered.
Oh.
It's
Ah,
an
very
electromechanical medical instrument nicknamed the manipulator.
Hey, was this a one for all?
and it basically, this was the first commercial one. It allowed
One
women-
fit all.
No, I mean, like, there's obviously just the one in the doctor's place, and everyone was going there.
No. This is the first one that was kind of.
town vibrator.
This one was kind of the first one to be consumer based. Yeah, sold.
Oh.
And it allowed women to give themselves home massages, allowing them to cure their wandering wombs. So there you go.
There we
There
go.
we go. Every time you use a vibrator, ladies, or men,
Think about your wandering.
think
womb.
about your wandering womb.
Wandering whom.
Whom is wandering? Matthew's wandering because it's time for his fact.
Oh, that's what
It's time for my fact.
a smooth segue.
That was actually really good.
So, mine,
You knew my school name.
SSP, baby.
mine is it's what's known as my fact is about what's known as the Brazilian Chernobyl.
This is another vibrator.
those.
Is that what
This
this
is,
is?
so this
Is
is
this a type
not.
of haircut?
Unfortunately, this is not a nice, fun.
Oh, good, because mine
Oh,
isn't
it
either.
never is.
No, so yeah. So sorry, there's a lot to take in with this. So I'm going to try and put it together as best I can. So on September 18th, 1987, cesium-137 is removed from an abandoned cancer therapy machine in Brazil.
Cesium.
Cesium, yeah. What did I say?
Cesium.
Cesium.
seeds.
Cesium-137.
Oh shit, cesium seeds.
Hundreds of people were eventually poisoned by radiation from the substance, highlighting the danger that ever relatively small amounts of radiation can pose. So,
Now.
What year was that?
1987.
So that
think
was
they know better by
fairly
then?
recent, yeah.
We'd
bloody
gone
hell.
quite into nuclear power by
Yeah, so
Yeah.
what happened was a hospital was decommissioned and it finished and it was pretty much abandoned in Brazil. There was nothing really around it. It was just on its own.
then. So it was pretty big, yeah.
And two...
They just build hospitals in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
Should we put it over here? Yeah, cool.
Just like Brazil's pretty big.
You can fit
Hospital.
32 Englands in Brazil or 16 United Kingdoms.
And so what happened was, because there was going to be a little bit of scrap metal and that sort of stuff there, two guys decided to go and find what treasures were
Find a copper.
in there.
So this wasn't
Get your fucking copper, mate.
so this wasn't a professional cleanup operation.
No, they basically got rid of it and just left bits and ended up having some scavengers and stuff trying
Right.
to find scrap metal. And there was
Look
a
at the
big
copper.
canister of cesium-137 left in the
My
hospital
favourite
in the
number
radiotherapy
of cesium.
area.
Fucking hell.
The one for you.
Yeah,
Oh,
136.
wow.
was
What a casual, just to leave radio.
So what happens is they got it, they took it home in a wheelbarrow, and they tried to smash it open to see what was in it.
Shit.
And they, upon trying to get it through, they ended up with this glowing blue dust on them. One of them ended up getting it on his hand. The following day, he started having the shits. He wasn't feeling great. He went to the hospital and he had to have his fingers on his left hand amputated.
Fucking hell.
Okay, in one day.
Well, yeah, this was like over like a day or two when they
right,
decided
fair.
to open it up.
Yeah.
While he was in hospital, his friend tried to open it as well.
Oh my god.
Similar thing, but he ended up having to get a whole arm amputated.
Jeez.
Now, they ended up going to a scrapyard and selling this canister that was kind of half beaten up. The scrapyard dealer got people to break it open.
Oh my god!
And all this blue glowing dust came out. And he thought it was explosive, so he tried to ignite it. Nothing happened. He then thought it might be magic, and he took it home.
So he's like rubbing it. 3 wishes.
So he took this blue dust home. This glowing blue.
I think it'd be salt, wouldn't it?
Sorry.
It'd be like salt.
Yeah,
basically.
It'd be like more like salt. So he had a dinner party and he gave his guests a small amount of this glowing blue dust. One of them was his brother. His brother took this dust home, put it on the floor for some reason, and his daughter started playing in it.
Oh my god!
For anyone at home keeping track, cesium-137 is what they use in nuclear weapons. It's the fissionable material.
Yeah, and
pretty fucking deadly stuff.
And
it's the stuff that's left all over Chernobyl, which is why you can't go there.
And the girl ended up eating some as well.
Delicious.
It was
Why though?
what's that?
It was then sold to another scrapyard because and similar things started to happen. Everyone started to get ill who was in contact with it, and then it ended up just getting passed on and on and on, and it got bad. Obviously it was going to get bad, so there was a huge cleanup for wherever they thought it had been, to the point where 3 buses had to be destroyed, 42 houses, 14 cars, 5 pigs, and 50,000 rolls of toilet paper.
Oh. And that's why everyone's going crazy now.
5 pigs. That was to feed all the people cleaning up.
Clarence, Billy, Porky, you're going out of town. That's how they speak in Brazil.
Oh yeah,
it's South America, isn't it?
yeah.
130,000 people swarmed to the hospitals.
Shit.
Consumed, thinking they had been exposed. But only 200.
Imagine if it had got to Carnival.
Everyone's throwing it in the streets. 250 of them were actually contaminated out of where it had just been passed on. And I think
still a huge amount.
7 people died in the end.
Oh. 7 lemons.
Yeah. Yeah. So it was a bit of a mess, basically.
Lemons.
So if you ever see glowing blue dust, or you see an abandoned hospital, then
that sounds like the synopsis for a really shit Marvel film.
One last point: the little girl who died.
Oh, she did well. She ate it.
Oh, yeah, she
ate it.
She exploded.
She was buried in a lead coffin.
Sick. In case she comes back to life.
Oh, I should laugh.
I don't know her.
No, she was.
That was such genuine awe. It's like,
whoa,
sick.
That's goth.
That's gnarly.
I mean, what was she composed?
Cowabunga, dude.
It'd have to be a sealed tight container, wouldn't it? So I wonder if her. I mean, this is really dark.
I guess she would mummify.
Yeah, so she's just going to mummify.
I guess she would. She would definitely liquefy over time.
Oh god! It's just going to be a lead container filled with like nuclear human jellies.
Baby goose.
No matter how simple it was.
Forbidden snack.
It would just be very slow.
Yeah.
So yeah,
yummy.
that's the story of the Brazilian Chernobyl.
Fucking hell, that's grim.
Sorry, guys.
That's so
So
grim.
Mum was going to be really miserable in a bit as well. So.
Joe, have you got one to cheer us up a bit?
It's quite funny. I'm not going to bury the lead on this one like you guys. I'm going to get ready out what the headline is. So the Eagles, which is Philadelphia. I want to say baseball team. I didn't actually know what sport they play. Someone who likes American sports.
Well, welcome to Sin and Gin.
Wait, who does it say? I'm just having a quick look. Does it say against the 49ers?
You may have noticed we don't do a lot of sports stuff on Sin and Gin.
Oh, wait.
I think that's baseball.
The 49ers.
The 49ers.
I know they're American football.
Yeah.
That makes more
I know sports.
That makes more sense with this story because a baseball match is not really get out of hand.
Our American audience are probably like, what fucking plebs.
No, I saw it. It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. There's an episode where they try out for the Eagles. Right,
okay,
I'm in.
Okay.
So apparently they're notorious. So we have football hooliganism. Jesus Christ. We have Football hoops. Oh no, England's quite famous for its football hooliganism, but we don't have anything this bad. I can't really
Easy for you to say.
Yeah.
How many beers have you had? This
Like
hour?
3. Basically, their old stadium, the Veteran Stadium, had a courthouse and later a jail, and then they demolished the whole thing because it was just a fucking mess.
What?
So, they've had some incidents. They had one called the Santa Claus incident in 1969. I didn't look into that. They had a massive snowball fight where like 60 people got seriously injured. But mostly,
fucking put concrete in it.
on every night, stuff would like the whole city would erupt. Like the whole stadium would erupt. People would be beating the shit out of each other. So much so that the mayor banned kids from going to the games.
Shit.
Apparently, this stadium was really old. It's like one of America's oldest stadiums. Apparently, there's not enough men's toilets, so men apparently were just ripping the toilet roll holders off the wall and just pissing in them and then just throwing them on the floor. Why not just piss on the floor?
I thought you
they're
were just going to
pissing
say
in
ripping farts. But
And shit would get really out of hand. People would get in fights. Like, I think, some people have been really injured. Someone got shot with a flare in the chest and things like that. So to battle this, in the 80s, New York started having like street courts, like courts that were just in the middle of the streets to tackle all the shit that was going on in New York. And Philadelphia thought, let's put a court underneath this this stadium. And yeah, so basically, when shit got out of hand, people would literally be processed for jail there and then. Wow. On the first night that it was in, they arrested and filed 20 people through this court. Wow. And in the end, it was taking up so much time, they just cut the middleman. It's like a jail down there. And they just used to house people that used to get out of hand. They'd throw them in jail for a couple of nights. And then, apparently that curbed it. But basically, it got so bad that eventually they realised that the stadium was just not up to code. People could jump over shit onto the field really easily. The restrooms obviously were a problem. So they just knocked the whole thing down and built a brand new stadium. So but there's the only sports arena to ever have a courtroom in it. And it probably will be the only one to ever have one.
Yeah,
I love that. That's their first way to go. So I know how we handle this problem. Let's build a courthouse.
Yeah, I think it was somewhere between a necessary need to curb what was going on, plus good publicity stunt.
Yeah.
But it had a proper circuit judge and everything, attached to it. Weird gig though for a judge.
Yeah.
I'm going to the game. Oh, are you? Oh, no. Work.
I'm underground prosecuting people.
What's yours, Dave?
What's mine? Mine's really miserable. Mine is about the great... I just like being miserable.
Oh,
the great Kanto Earthquake that happened in Japan back in 1923. Have you guys heard about this?
No, but we're about to.
You are about to. This one really caught my attention, and you'll understand why in a minute. So the Great Kanto Earthquake hit pretty much Tokyo.
Pokemon region.
Hit all the Pokemons.
It's caused by a giant onyx.
Anyone else play Pokemon?
Was there plenty of magmars around there?
It's a region in Pokemon. It's their America, I guess, or Japan. Or,
It's the first region.
First
I imagine it's more Japan if it's Kanto, isn't it? Sorry.
Carry on, Dave.
Okay. So stuck on the Kanto Plain on the main Japanese island of Honshu on Saturday, December 1st.
Where are you?
Everyone
passed it on.
What have we done? September 1st, 1923, varied accounts indicated in the duration of an earthquake. I don't know what's going on with my voice.
Everyone enjoying this podcast.
You've been drinking non-alcoholic beer.
I know. That's why. My brain knows. It's like, I should be getting pissed, but I'm not. Interesting. Basically, there was a giant earthquake that happened that was between 7.9 and, if I don't read it, I do all right, 7.9 and 8.2 magnitude.
Wow.
It
That's
went
big.
to town. It also happened...
Anything over 6 is big, right?
Went to town.
Yeah, it's huge.
And city. And hills.
Everywhere. It went
And
over
plains.
Basically, this thing hit these major cities at 11:55 when everyone was like making lunch or whatever like that.
I was going to say making love. I did
Everyone was making love. Kanto is the love
They call it
region.
the fuck earthquake.
And they really had sex that time.
It just vibrated. Just
rock
It wasn't an earthquake. It was just everyone fucking.
All right, all the women had mass hysteria and turned on their vibrators at the same time.
going on in England right
The
now.
manipulation.
Anyway, basically,
Sorry,
this giant earthquake came through while everyone was making lunch.
Still
While everyone was making food, I'll say. And because that happened, obviously this earthquake was huge, caused mass buildings to collapse and stuff like that. Because pretty much everyone in the area was cooking food at that point in time, the whole entire city went up in flames.
Oh shit! That's not how I thought it was going to be.
No, everything, because it's all collapsing and there's stuff like losing gas and stuff like that to cook your food. Everything started going up in fire. Within 15 minutes, the entire city was in flames. The place got so hot that people that were running away from the fire and the earthquake, the tarmac on the floor melted and their feet would set in it and they would then burn to death on the tarmac. Then there was a fire tornado created and went so quick that it wiped out, I think it was, I may be completely wrong, but I believe it was 30,000 people were wiped out in 15 minutes.
By a fire tornado.
38,000
Did you say
people.
Charizard?
38,000 people were wiped out in 15 minutes
Jesus.
by a fire
Fuck's sake.
tornado that just went through and just
Spicy.
You know what? I
incinerated
wish I hadn't
everyone.
said that now.
That's actually very tragic, and I wish I wasn't laughing so much.
There was also a typhoon that came in after that, was about 10 metres high, that wiped out everything on the coast, also wiped out any ships. There were trains that were on the edge that got wiped out.
Probably part,
How much shit can you throw
Well,
in one place?
Wait,
probably
it
part of the
carries
fire
on.
zone, didn't it?
Once the main earthquakes and everything had kind of chilled out, the fires had gone down and stuff like that, then there was then huge uproar in Japan in this area, and a lot of people blamed the Koreans that were living in Japan that way.
Yeah.
There was newspapers
They were
and stuff
stomping
like
on the
that.
ground really hard that day.
Really angry. No, they basically said that they were using the aftermath of the earthquake to start trying to cause an uprising or something like that and take over the Japanese government, or they were saying they were poisoning the wells and shit like this.
Oh, God.
So loads of people started creating mobs and killing Koreans and other Chinese people and stuff like that in the
Jesus.
city. So it went full-on massacre for ages.
World War II Japan was not a pretty sight.
No, it
in
was all
terms of
pretty awful.
going to war.
Pretty much, yeah. So eventually, obviously, it all calmed down. It was martial law was called in to kind of control everyone.
Tekken.
From Tekken. Came in.
All these crossovers.
Oh my god, that was
Very quick.
great. You said that as if it was a genuine question. Like, what from Tekken? Yeah,
One man,
He
one
came-
solution.
He came in with his son Forest Law
Was it? Get ready for the next battle.
to finally defeat Yoshimitsu.
It's got really nerdy. Sorry, Dave.
I mean, it's pretty much it. I mean, it goes on to say how it's
Martial
it's
law
been
occurred. So
martial law to
was
kind of
that-
just control everyone from killing pretty much all the Koreans
Christ.
and stuff like that. A lot of them were then actually put into places to protect them. Was it like the, what do you call it? Like if you're getting hunted by a killer or something like that, the police will give you a
Like-
false identity.
Oh,
and,
Witness protection.
Witness protection.
Witness protection, yeah.
Loads of stuff like that.
Stadium jail room.
Stadium jail rooms. But now it's obviously a lot of people remember it now on the 1st of September. There's a bit of minute of silence and stuff like that. But there's also, if you watch a lot of anime films, if they ever reference a giant earthquake, it's normally referencing this earthquake because it was such a devastating point in Japanese history
Well,
from
yeah,
natural
that's it,
causes.
yeah.
Yeah, that is.
So yeah, if you look through it, there's a lot of quite interesting
I think
anime stuff.
that is an
based on it.
incredible.
run. No, it must be.
Yeah, there's a
right.
huge one going through Tokyo.
I was going to say
Every
that's
70
an,
years they expect a big quake.
that is an incredible
they're the ones-
comparison of butterfly effect, isn't it? You
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
like you said, you think everything just leading to more and more. Like it's crazy.
Tokyo's where all the skyscrapers are built earthquake proof, right?
Yeah, they got
They're,
those spring
they're built
things.
to wobble, yeah.
Yeah.
And people have those beds that collapse in and turn into
Yeah,
like
that's it.
a
Yeah, like a
steel bunker, like a
Yeah.
coffin, basically.
Creepy though, isn't it?
That's a crazy
imagine that.
place.
Yeah. Wish we build a city right above this.
We
huge-
apologise for just having such a carefree attitude to 40,0and people dying.
Yeah.
the thing is,
138,000.
you have to.
Oh, sorry, 138.
But you have to
population of the
laugh about
Shetlands.
it. Jesus Christ.
Or Dartford.
Or Dartford.
Is it really?
Yeah, we looked that up earlier.
There's 300,000 in Bromley.
There's 300,000 people living in Bromley.
There's 300,000
Facts of
people living in
populations in
Iceland.
Kent. I think
Channel Islands.
I think we're done with Cal
That's
Factual.
right, you're right. No, it's fine. I can't, to be honest, I can't even fucking
Let's move
remember
on.
that. I can't even remember.
I'm sweaty.
That's right.
On to the game.
Yeah.
I don't know what's so fucking funny. I happen to like Dancing with the Stars.
Hey, you
Hi.
chair boys and extra chair boy.
Extra chair boy.
He's so extra.
We're going to play a game this week.
But like we haven't done before.
We have a sponsor this week.
Oh.
We're sponsored by Garlic Paste. It's $2.79 and it's garlic paste.
What's it taste of, Joe?
Fuck.
Joe, it's a sponsor.
Oh, sorry.
Sponsor.
That's so strong.
Yeah.
That's
so strong.
Joe, you're meant to say that smells garlicky.
Is that a
Like
catchphrase?
they paid us to say it, Joe.
Say the catchphrase.
They're gonna fucking sue us.
Literally burned the inside of my nose. Garlic.
Oh, mate, it's just, the whole room just smells of goodness right now.
What is this? I don't like this smell. Oh my god, I can smell it. Oh,
It's like mayonnaise.
Factula. It's fine. Go in the other room, mate. Oh, it stinks. It stinks.
You know, what's in that fucking paste?
It's garlic.
Garlic paste. It's the paste of it's
I
the
can trap fucking souls.
So thank you, to our
CC
first sponsor.
137.
It's called CC137. Yeah, so this game, it's a this or that. It's a classic this or that. We're going back to the roots.
Like we do every week.
It's called Hero or Zero. So we've done video games before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We did. I think Matt, you did a video games one.
Yeah.
And you also did superheroes. Someone did superheroes.
Yeah, I did superheroes.
This one is
Professor Elemental.
We're doing the same thing, but with computer character names.
Okay.
So some I've made up.
Yeah.
They will be Zero.
Yeah.
And some are actual characters, named characters from video games.
okay. All right.
Okay. Whiffle Fizz.
Oh dear. Hero. That's hero.
That's a hero.
I'm going to say 0.
It's a Zero. I made.
Yeah!
Fucking poo boy.
Shit Muncher McAnus.
Hero.
That's gone.
I think that's a hero.
Do you know what? Yeah, I'm going to say hero.
It's a Zero. I made it up.
I thought
it might be like a South Park game.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dark Death Evil Man.
I'm going to say hero.
Yeah, that's
He's
hero.
a hero.
Yeah, that's from Metal Gear Solid.
I knew it.
Peace Walker.
Is that the latest one?
No.
Oh, that's the third one, isn't it?
Phantom Pain.
Zero.
Hot Cold Man.
No, that's
Zero.
that's hero. I think. I'm gonna say,
Zero.
Is that, it's going to be like some weird like Japanese.
I reckon.
translation,
I'm not going to
isn't
say just yet because it might sway. I
Yeah,
don't know if it's
hero.
100%, but
That's
I'm
a
going to say
zero.
it? Hero.
It's Heroes from Metal Gear Solid.
That's
Oh,
it, no,
yeah.
that's not it. I was going to say Mega Man.
I could have
or
also
something.
had Die Hard Man, which is from the not Metal Gear Solid. It's from his other game, Death Stranding.
Oh yeah.
So original, and everyone thinks he's an innovator.
Sheep Man.
Hero.
Hero.
0.
Hero is from
Yeah.
Mega Man 10.
Oh, fuck it. Just as I mentioned Mega Man.
Yeah.
Fuck up.
Fuck up.
Captain Wellhung.
Hero.
Hero.
Zero, made him up.
Captain Wellhung.
He's so proud of himself.
Jeff, first boss.
Jeff. First
Hero.
Zero.
So many of these all sound like. I'm gonna say hero.
Yeah, hero.
I made him up.
Jeff First Boss. Is it Jeff Bezos? Is it? What you got? Jeff Bezos, just First Boss.
Who?
Hero.
Hero.
Zero.
Hero is from Earthbound.
Yeah,
Matt, you're not good at this. Butts.
Zero.
0.
No, it's from Final Fantasy 5.
This is hard.
That man.
Hero.
Hero.
Zero.
No, he's from Guilty Gear.
Yeah.
Stump Wound.
What? Wait, what?
Stump wound.
Yeah.
Hero.
0.
Hero.
0. Oh, fuck's sake. Have you got any yet, Matt?
You got 2. Me and Ash are on 6.
Carlos Spicy Wiener.
Oh yeah, that's a hero.
0. 0.
0.
Yes.
Isn't that him from fucking South Park or some shit?
Yeah.
But he's South Park the game.
Ooh.
No, that
Oh.
doesn't count.
He's a character in a video game.
Was
Is he?
Was he
though?
in the video
Look
game?
it up. We'll
We'll go to the judges
To be-
after
to
the
be
match.
continued.
Yeah.
Continued.
Okay. Chris Moneymaker.
Hero.
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 He was. It's from the game Chris Moneymaker's World Poker Championship.
I love it how it's like an actual full fucking like.
Chris Moneymaker.
What's the scores, Dave?
It's currently a draw between me and Ash.
Scabrous Scrotus.
That's a 0.
0.
No, it's from the Mad Max game.
Okay.
Oh, that didn't get us any closer, did it? I'm running out of names here. Pony Christ.
I'm going to say hero.
I'll go 0.
It's 0, Dave wins.
Yeah.
I also had Pizza Pasta from Punch Out because apparently they couldn't think of any Italian name, so they went with Pizza Pasta. Cyber Woo from King of Monsters 2. Henry Cooldown from No More Heroes.
We need him in here.
Shoot Gunner again from Metal Gear.
Yeah, it's always fucking Metal Gear, isn't
Shart from the game Rhapsody. Edge Maverick from the game Star Ocean.
it? It sounds like
And
everyone's like
my
fan
personal
fiction
favourite, which I starred this one because it was so funny, and then I haven't said it, which is annoying. Ceaseless Discharge from Dark Souls.
Beautiful British name.
Yeah. So that was
That was good. I like that.
0 sponsored by garlic paste. You want to give the garlic paste a smell?
No, I'm all
Do you want to give
right.
do you want to
No,
give
you're meant to give it a smell and go, garlicky.
Dave.
Yeah, go on, please.
This is good radio, guys. This is good
radio.
radio.
Sorry, guys.
Let me open
That's
the jar.
Like lingering.
Actually, I don't even
Get
need to
a
open
big
it.
sniff
No, I
in
don't
there.
even-
Get a big sniff.
Oh, you feel it burn your nose, don't you?
That is Carlos Spicy Wiener.
I've used worse lube.
Oh, it's still there. It won't go.
Yeah, so go out and buy it, guys.
Or die.
Use it in your car by the smell of it.
In your car.
That'll get your engine going in -5 degrees.
Yeah, shit news.
Shit news.
Shit.
This is the latest dispatch just received in our news.
Sin and Gin Podcast, bringing you the latest news from around the world with Hot Lips, Funky Gibbon, Long Socks, and Teabag. This is shit news. Yeah, it's shit news.
That was much better.
that was so ridiculously in sync.
I feel like we're going to go into the YMCA or something like that.
Ladies and jelly spoons, you would join here with your intrepid news team. Hot Lips, Funky Gibbon, Teabag, and Long Socks. And this week, to get your news, we've gone back. We've gone way back. We've gone back to the primordial soup. We're bathing in it together. Let's together bath.
What are we?
And we're waiting, getting pruny in the soup. The mere idea of consciousness. But we can't be in there for long
Oh,
because we've got to scoop some news up and get fucking going.
Well, it's fresh.
While it's fresh.
soupy.
And we're steering you always upwards, away from the lamestream media. So this week, Duran Simon Le Bon looks unrecognisable on holiday in Italy with his wife. I mean, he looks like Simon Le Bon still.
Shit!
Meghan Markle's far too dull to work with him, says... With who? Says Lawrence Llewellyn-Bowen.
What?
Oh, it's too dull to work with Lawrence Llewellyn-Bowen. Okay, that makes more sense.
Okay, right, yeah, sure.
Kanye West Powell says he can't have a normal conversation because he's light years ahead.
He's such a cunt.
Well,
He's such a cunt.
yeah.
So ahead.
Also, light years is distance.
Isn't that
so
Buzz
he's just
Lightyear?
really far away.
No wonder you can't go and have a conversation.
Kanye,
come over here.
Kanye, come back!
Kanye, we need to talk about your new track.
And Tamsin Althwaite burst into tears, discovering she got less money than expected in her mum's will.
Bastard!
Why'd she go and die? Yeah. And then she did. Close personal friend of the show, Katie Price, is charging people $4.99 to watch uncensored video of her newest facelift surgery.
Oh, wow.
Oh, why would you want to watch that?
Buy now.
Yeah.
Actually, is it her in pain?
Yeah.
We could do
Or she'll be
a...
asleep for it though, so it's not as fun.
Could we do a Sin and Jim Reacts?
live stream.
We'll do an OnlyFans version while we
but
still can.
What I want to focus on this week is a man who stuffed 6 kidney beans up his penis in sex experiment
His penis.
that left him needing surgery.
His penis.
A 30-year-old man shoved 6 kidney beans inside his penis. This is the news that came out today. This is fresh as fuck news.
Fresh beans.
This is primordial soup. Look, they're there. There's the beans. It says It's not the first time this man has placed kidney beans in his penis for sexual pleasure. I mean,
Not the first
It's nice
time.
to have a hobby.
At least he knows what he's doing.
the 30-year-old has shoved 6 kidney beans inside his penis with the intent of ejecting them during ejaculation.
It's like a fucking pea shooter.
I didn't say where this guy's from. It's in America.
Of course.
But instead they became jammed in his urethra and then he just retrieved them.
Oh, fuck off.
But he had done it before, but this time he upped the number of beans, causing a log jam. Well, that's a bit,
Log
a bit-
jam.
Well, now he knows.
Bean jam, I'm saying.
Now he knows the maximum is. Is 5 beans.
Yeah, 5 beans.
Yeah.
Right, guys. Health
You want to shove
executive,
beans
your
up your
friends.
urethra.
You're going
In
to
the
put
juicy
kidney
crew.
beans in your penis. 5's the maximum.
Yeah.
5 Jim beans.
Well, this is going to make everyone's bollocks tense up a little bit. So
Oh, dear
or
Lord.
bollocks.
the man even tried to get them out himself with tweezers.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, so
I'm retracted. I'm inside.
So conservative attempts at removal with bedside interventions were unsuccessful. The beans,
Oh, is
all
that
the beans
a
were
picture?
taken out. That's the
Oh,
beans.
it's a fucking picture.
Yeah, they're all jammed up in there.
Oh, they're like, there's like all 3 of them together. They're not like,
Yeah.
I thought they were going to be like in a
Yeah, in
line.
a line. That's what I thought. Like a piece
It's
of
like,
the pod.
3 and 3.
I like the way this is worded.
Like a Pez.
He explained. He explained to the doctors it's not his first time participating in the practice, although he'd never attempted to utilize this many beans. The final bean was in his bladder. The practice is known as sounding or cock stuffing.
Cockstuffer. You cockstuffer.
I'm a cockstuffer.
There's serious risks when it goes wrong. In one
Twisted
report,
cockstuff.
a patient inserted a 40-centimeter long household pipe in an attempt to relieve his urinary
Can we
retention.
move on from penisness?
You're a cockstuffer. Twisted cockstuffer. So good.
I just got the top comment on this article. Just said, should have just blown his beans.
Great.
So coming to you live from Dartford, a teabag.
Oh, that's me.
Teabag.
Hi everyone. I've got something. There's something fishy up with this bit of news.
No, it's not someone's
Woman
penis.
horrified.
Is anything upper penis?
No.
Man sticks fish up penis to retrieve kidney beans.
It's the follow-up story.
Man shoves cat in penis to get fish to get kidney beans.
It's like the modern retelling of the woman who was it?
Yeah,
There was a
Swallowed
woman who
lady.
swallowed a fly.
A woman horrified as cooking fish leaps around like a scene from The Exorcist. A woman was left horrified when a piece of fish she was cooking began leaping around like a scene from The Exorcist, despite being filleted, beheaded, and very clearly dead. Yeah, so there's a video of it, and literally this fillet of fish. There's nothing alive about it. It literally starts jumping up and down the baking tray as if it was a living fish flopping about.
It's weird. It must be some kind of muscle spasm.
Yeah, I
but
think it is.
It's not very
Breakfast
normal in fish. Like I've never cooked a fish and stuff.
Yeah, well, especially when it's been like
You see frog legs.
yeah, and
there's
also
a couple of
there's
other
also
things,
that
yeah.
that octopus, isn't
That's
it?
what I
When
was
you
about
put
to
like
say.
soy
Yeah,
sauce on it,
it starts to wriggle.
yeah, because apparently soy sauce and salt activates nerves. And that is the whole story.
That's pretty funny though. Just the idea of like, what the fuck is that noise coming from?
Yeah,
yeah.
and the video is great.
It's like, oh, my fish is popping. No, it's not.
Funky Gibbon, are you coming into us live from Dartford? Funky Gibbon.
I'm actually in the studio today, so there's no,
no delay. Oh,
no
wow.
satellite today. I mean, it's crazy. This is the first time in 15 years
a
Funky
hologram.
Gibbon's been
That
in the
explains
studio.
the smell.
That's the fish.
That
And the
explains
kidney
the garlic.
beans. The kidney beans.
Oh.
I see
So,
you left
yeah.
the sponsor on the table.
So have any of you heard of Wally the Walrus?
No,
I'm sure about it.
Yeah. Well, Wally the Walrus is basically a traveller, should we
walrus.
say. A walrus who has travelled accidentally, they believe,
Through time.
from the Arctic. They believe possibly on a floating sort of like broken off iceberg. And he's ended up
just
in Europe.
surfing.
He's basically ended up in Europe. And in his travels throughout Europe, he's sunk 2 boats.
What cop?
Because
I liked him at the beginning. I was rooting for him at the beginning of this episode.
Basically, what's happened is that obviously because he's used to, doing what he does as a walrus, and there's no such things for him to do that in these waters.
Is he trying to fuck the boat?
No, he's basically just trying to get up like onto some form of land. But because he weighs
the way you
so
said
much,
it, you were like the way he does what he does.
well, yeah, gets to fuck the boat.
So he's just trying to get on the boat.
He's basically gets up.
He
He basically weighs 800 kilograms.
Fucking hell.
These
Fat.
are like 143 stone.
It's just shy of like 200 shy of a ton.
Yeah. He's 143 stone. So basically, like he's got on a couple of these boats and basically capsized them or like made them sink. Basically, people are trying to get together to try and get him some kind of like buoyancy thing that he can like. They did get something sorted for him. But there's actually footage. You'll have to look it up if you search Wally the Walrus. It's a recent story from today.
One of those
but it's basically him. He's just found a random fucking cruise boat in the middle of the water and he's just chilling on it like this big fat thing, like right by the steering wheel, just like leaned down like this. He's like, yeah, this is the life.
Now you see, I did find that article, but I saw you'd already put it in the group.
Yeah.
There's a picture of him literally behind the wheel of this boat, looking like he's driving it. It's fucking fantastic.
Phenomenal. It's actually phenomenal. Yeah, there's quite a few pictures, but it just says like they're saying he's like on his Atlantic Way tour, but there's no walruses in these waters. Like I said, he's like between Britain and Ireland, and this never happens. This is a fucking rare occurrence. Yeah. And they said that it's just he probably has no fucking clue what to do.
Him a good boy.
Yeah,
let's look after Wally.
Right. Hopefully he'll be all right. For just £2 a month.
Justice for Wally.
Just £2 a month can help.
Save Wally. Save little Wally.
You can buy a boat for Wally.
Long socks. Coming in from Dartford. Long socks.
Coming from the other side of the room. So my story is just 2 days after giving birth, a woman in Portugal told doctors that she'd begun to develop a pain in her right armpit.
Oh, yeah.
When the doctors examined her, they discovered a round, firm mass, which surprisingly released a white discharge when pressed.
What was it? What was the character name? Continuous discharge or something.
Decrepit discharge. According to a new report of... Anyway, the author of... That's boring. The mother was diagnosed with polymastia, a condition in which accessory breast tissue develops along the former embryonic mammary ridge.
So she had an armpit boob?
She had an armpit tit.
Oh, wow.
So basically, when she was forming as a younger woman or whatever like that, sometimes the
boobs move.
The boob mass doesn't always go to the boob.
Thank you, Dr. Dave.
Dr. Dave here. So what you sometimes find is that the mass of boob quality goes up here. And then when women then get pregnant, obviously their boobs increase in size and they start lactating and stuff like that. But they found with a number of women over the years that they'll have like cyst-like things that at first a lot of people think are tumours. And also women out there, you should get these checked because apparently it does, like as it said there before, there is like breast tissue will move into your armpits and other areas. But they found, and so, I mean, here's a picture just to make you feel really sick.
Oh, that's
nice, isn't it? That's a bit of milk coming out of her armpit. I'd show you lot. But you don't deserve it. But
milky armpit.
But yeah, basically, this woman has
a kid lick my
forbidden
armpit.
snack.
Imagine that. You're just like, go on.
Lick my armpit.
Armpit milk.
That's a good punk band name.
That's next week's sponsor.
We are armpit milk.
Pretty much it. Yeah.
Is that everyone's news?
That's everyone's news.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Let's do Blank-O-Mattic.
Let's do a Wank-O-Mattic.
Oh, armpit
Sponsored
milk.
by garlic paste.
And armpit milk.
Armpit milk.
Armpit milk and garlic paste.
Blank-O-Mattic, it's chromatic, it's dramatic. Blank-O-Mattic, la, 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 la. It's Blank-O-Mattic.
Okay, you weenies, it is time for the Blank-O-Mattic. Now, this is the segment of Sin and Gin where we like to find a word generator, a Mad Lib. I don't know.
Wow, spread to you as well.
Fucking amazing.
And we put in nouns, adjectives, verbs, and we make something.
If you don't like it, just don't listen to us anymore.
Just
give up.
Just stay with us.
Just watch a previous episode if you want an explanation.
Guys, have I told you how I met Luke?
Luke?
Yeah.
No. Who's Luke?
No, Luke.
Oh, well, I'm going to tell you how I met Luke.
Oh, okay, right. Okay.
Who's Luke?
Fuck is Luke?
This week's Blank-O-Mattic is just how I met Luke.
We are clutching at straws.
It's like of all the fucking
Welcome
things-
to this week's episode of We've Given Up.
I was trying
the
to
new spin-off of How I Met Your Mother, How I Met
trying to
Luke.
look for the next Blank-O-Mattic, and some of them were just shit. And then one came up with How I Met Luke, and it's got like a decent amount of things to put in.
Oh, right.
And then I did like a rough one to see what it comes out like, and that's the one we're having.
Okay, well,
How I Met
let's
Luke.
find out how you met Luke, Matt.
Let's find out how we met
So
Luke.
guys, oh sorry, before we carry on, I need to tell you about the time that I called Joe Luke.
Which I think is why you were naturally drawn to this.
Yeah, so we were at a barbecue.
How long have we known each other for reference?
Since 2005, 4?
2005, yeah.
Yeah,
That sounds
we've
about
known
right.
each other since 2005. We were at a barbecue, and I went,
Recently,
in the
in the year 2021.
I wanted Joe to pass me my beer. And I went, Luke, could you pass me a beer?
Was there anyone
Anyway.
else called Luke there? So-
No,
I don't know anyone
I don't
else
even
called
know a Luke. Or not from years ago. But
Oh, yeah.
he was like, what? I was like, did you just call me Luke? And it's because
sound like Joe.
my girlfriend Louise was next to me,
Just-
and I always call her Lou. And for some reason, I just went Luke to Joe.
It's got one letter that's the same.
Yeah.
The E.
That's silent. on
Okay.
both.
So first, we need an adjective.
Luke.
Filthy.
Oh yeah, that's
slippery.
filthy. We need a number. Ash, go high.
Smoke weed.
2,903.
Okay.
Even high.
We need 3 adjectives.
Crusty.
Obnoxious.
I've got one here.
Russian.
Tart.
Tart.
Russian.
Obnoxious Russian tart.
Nippy.
I quite like Russian.
Microscopic.
Can you use Russian as an adjective, not a noun?
Unsightly.
Oh,
Could you say? I mean, you can say something is Russian.
she was so Russian.
She was so Russian.
Yeah, right, okay,
I suppose
my
it is.
entry-
I suppose it
my
works,
entry is
doesn't it?
Russian.
Yeah, it does work.
Adjective comparative.
So,
Bionic.
Is that comparative?
I just did a suggested one, and it came up with bionic.
Oh, wow.
There
Okay.
you go.
I mean, it works.
Noun.
Two-faced ejector.
you and your fucking-
Religious wisdom teeth.
You and your manities.
Nostril.
Armpit.
Crumpled beak.
Oh,
good.
hello. Oh, good. There's an alarm.
Pause. We're gonna pause.
No pause. Quality camper van.
Beep.
No, we're gonna pause for this.
Yeah. Oh,
Now we go. Quality camper van.
Joe, remember to edit this bit
I
out.
will not remember.
he will not.
Just
You're going to
leave it
hear
in.
this.
Quality camper van.
Friendship of 5 cats.
A Tesco meal deal.
A salt sandwich meal deal from Tesco's.
A shoe full of crumpled tissues.
Oh, a shoe full of
Did you say
rumpled
a
salt
shield
skins.
for the crumpled
No, shoe.
tissues? Oh, a shoe.
A shoe full of
Loneliness.
Crumpled children's tissues.
What about a baseball courthouse? Oh, wait, it's not. It's an American football,
crumpled
isn't
children. A shoe filled of crumpled children's tissues.
in brackets, cum edition.
Spummy nums.
You can decide whether that's the shoe or the tissues.
I'm not writing that. Verb present tense.
it? Oh.
Squashing.
Oh,
Yeah, squishing.
Squishing. Okay.
Lamenting.
Number.
73.
Verb past tense.
Garrotting. Garrotted.
Garrotted. All right, yeah. Noun.
Fingered.
You still going out.
Noun. Jelly switchblade.
Jelly
Switchblades.
Pizza assault rifle.
dildo divorce attorney.
I've gone for jelly switchblade.
No, divorce attorney. Such a good bad name.
Say that one for another
Imagine
one.
someone goes to you, just pull out this jelly up.
Cut my head.
An adverb.
Harshly.
Harshly.
Ashley.
Harshly, Ashley.
Ashley. Ashley.
Okay, and then we need a verb past tense.
Faded.
Divorced.
Oh, wait, it's an adjective.
Sound like a really bad version
I like
of
divorced.
Henry VIII's women's wives. Faded, divorce.
No, faded's an adjective. I'm thinking
We need
of.
2 adjectives. Cuban.
Cuban. What about plucky?
Nervous.
Cuban and plucky.
I like
Or what
plucky.
about pink?
Zealous.
All right, pink. Cuban and pink as adjectives. Oh God, I love how we've gone to like
Overly slathered.
My name is Cuban Pink.
overly slathered.
Or overtly slathered.
Overtly slagged.
Oh, I like. Oh, actually, you know, I'm going to replace Cuban with overly slathered.
Totally.
There's a sentence that's never been said.
Slathered and pink.
I'm not going to go with Cuban. I'm going to go with overly slathered. Hey, they could be talking about types of sandwiches.
Yep. Flunk.
Sorry.
I'm sorry,
I
what?
never told you what it's for. Verb past tense.
Flunks works, I suppose.
Yeah, there you
Verb
go.
past tense.
Flunked.
Yanked.
Yeah, yanked. I like
Threatened.
yanked.
Masturbated.
Noun plural.
A couple of leather.
Goblin shoes.
11 goblin shoes.
Couple of
Leather cobblers.
leather goblin shoes. Charlie Sheen's leather goblin shoes.
God's
Why
sake.
Charlie Sheen?
Why is it always got a
He's
plastic?
like leather goblin shoes.
Is he still alive, Charlie Sheen?
I don't know.
Clever leather goblin.
leather goblin shoes?
I'm just on leather goblin shoes. Adjective.
Clever leather goblin shoes.
Adjective.
Oh my God, that's so hard to
Superlative.
Superlative. What?
Superlative.
Superlative.
Superlative. What's
Superlative.
superlative?
Warmest, thinnest, wildest,
Oh, okay. Roughest.
moldiest.
Roughest.
Moldiest.
Kind of moldiest.
Moldiest.
Verb past tense.
Masturbated.
You've been old.
Oven baked.
Oven baked.
Handful.
Murdered.
That's not nice, is it?
Like wanked.
Microwaved.
Furiously masturbated with a handful of staples.
Ooh. Don't like that.
I'm going to go with wanked.
Killed.
Noun plural.
Planet of dickheads.
Yeah. Planet
Planet of cunts.
dickheads.
Sounds like a 1950s film, doesn't it? Planet of the
Planet
Dickheads.
of the dickheads.
Verb past participle.
Oh, fucking hell.
Jiggle. Sniff.
What's in there?
Like sniff.
Sniffled.
Snuffled.
We need a number. Go high.
497.
We need a noun plural.
A
A drawing. A drawing of a.
The Chad.
The plastic pants of.
sleek flappy tassels. What? I'm trying to show. It's just random words.
I mean, I quite like.
A school of cheese.
I like the plastic pants. I feel like they have to be the plastic pants of someone.
Of Jimmy Savile.
The hot plastic pants.
Of MC Hammer.
MC Hammer's hot plastic pants. Underneath those trousers, they were hot plastic pants.
They will
That's why you
probably.
can't touch him.
Yeah.
He's literally on fire from the pants outwards.
Can't touch this. Seriously, I'm so hot.
Any additional heat will make me explode.
This plastic will burn my skin. Why do you think he does that walk?
I actually suggested to the record studio, don't touch this, but they went with can't.
Guys,
Please.
I advise you
Don't touch
not
this.
to touch this.
guys,
Da-da-da-da.
melted into my skin. Adverb.
Oh.
Oh,
I don't know adverbs.
Wonderfully.
sting.
Sure. Right. We need two adjectives. Atomic.
Chewy.
Chewy.
Oh, atomic and chewy. Verb past tense.
Slinkied.
Fingering. Fingered.
Fingered.
Right.
Punched.
All right, we got fingered.
Slapped.
Wiped.
Tapped.
Did you say
tapping.
wiped?
Yeah. A wipe if you go with his present tense, just wipe maybe.
Wipe. Okay. And the last one, we need an emotion.
Poverty.
Hysteria. Hysterical.
You're doing a fucking documentary with this.
Hysterical poverty.
Hysterical poverty.
Noncy.
Feeling a bit nonsense.
I'm feeling a bit noncy.
All right, noncy.
Well, depressed
It's not
Nancy.
really emotion, is it?
Yeah, wait. How would you describe an emotion? Sad, happy, so
Yeah, I
it could be
said like
nonce.
hysterical.
I'm feeling a bit nonce at the
But that's
moment.
not like it's still not an
You
emotion.
feel like
That's
I'm
not,
feeling
it's not
nonsense.
an emotion.
Joe?
It's an occupation.
Joe, the two emotions aren't just sad and happy, and they're also not
horny?
just like it's
Horny,
not.
Hysterically
yeah, go
noncy.
horny. Yeah,
You
go
can
horny.
use more than one syllable words,
Horny
like
for kids.
depressed.
Horny for kids. And I bet you just turned it around. Nonce isn't an emotion, therefore.
Horny for horny.
Horny for porny.
Horny for
Horny
Barney
for
the Dancer.
porny.
Great. An emotion is horny for porny.
Horny.
Paul Hub.
Matt, you're right. You don't look so great. Nah, I'm horny for porny.
Oh, I thought you were an adult.
Okay, everyone take a drink.
Oh, God.
So, guys, I never told you, did I? I never told you how I met Luke.
No.
Okay,
Go on, then. Tell us about.
Luke. What a filthy boy.
That's how you met Luke.
He was my neighbour, and we became best friends.
Oh.
Luke moved into the house 2,903 down from mine.
Oh,
He was a close neighbour.
A close personal friend. Wow, that fucking. Do you know that? Have you ever been up the road where you've been driving on it for 4 hours? It's the same road.
That's when you're trying to get in contact with Kanye West.
He was crusty and obnoxious and very Russian.
Old Russian Luke. And no wonder he's $2,000 down.
He still lived in Russia.
The USSR.
Yeah. The first day I met him was when he and his bionic sister Sally were taking a walk.
Sorry. Bionic Sally is a great spin-off of this universe.
That could be our new song name for the Steam Boy.
Bionic Sally.
Bionic Sam.
So the first day I met him was when he and his bionic sister Sally was taking a walk. I said, "Hello, I like your shoe full of crumpled children's tissues." You just smiled and waved.
Bracket cum edition.
We started squishing every day after that and call each other 73 times a day.
Oh, wow.
sad bastards.
I remember when you came over and accidentally garroted over my jelly switchblade Fluffy. Why didn't they just want me to put in an animal instead of a jelly switchblade?
Corrupted my chili switchblade.
I was furious that you killed it. You felt so bad you wanted to buy me another one, but you didn't have the money.
Oh, what a cunt.
So you got me a book about a harshly instead.
About what?
A harshly.
Oh, sorry.
Harshly, oh,
Yeah.
right.
This one.
I divorced. I divorced.
Well done. You go, girl.
Then we started school, and you got a new overly slathered girlfriend, Savannah. Oh, we didn't write this.
Slathered Savannah.
I got so pink, I yanked her. That's when I realised.
Wait, that's such a disgusting way to say you're horny. I'm so pink right now.
I'm going to yank you.
Thank you.
That's when I realised I had a crush on you.
Ooh,
I stick to the
Oh.
What a twist.
Every time I saw you, I felt like I had a leather goblin shoe in my stomach and got nervous.
Please say that to Lou next time you see it.
You make me feel like a leather goblin shoes in my
Every time I
belly.
think of you, I've got a leather goblin shoe in my
When you two broke up, I was the mouldiest girl alive.
oh my God.
Sex.
I wanked you under the tree in my backyard, and then you said it tasted like Planet of Dickheads.
He wanked me under the old oak tree.
Like the final scene. In fucking...
I'll say that line again.
I wanked you under the tree in my backyard, and then you said it tasted like Planet of Dickheads.
Oh, brilliant.
You ran away, and I never felt so sniff.
Never say what?
Sniff. I felt so sniff. I never felt so sniff.
Sniff.
Oh.
Why has that just moved?
I have brushed my teeth 497 times after you left.
Stumps left.
We even put in teeth.
6, 7, 8, 9.
And the next day you came back with empty hammers.
gone. He's gone. The next day.
The next day you came back with MC Hammer's hard plastic pants and asked me to prom.
We definitely never mentioned prom.
I really want to take you to prom, but can you give me an answer quick? Because these are really fucking walls.
I should never have wore these.
I'm so hard. I was giving back to MC Hammer. Of course I said yes. You admitted you liked me too and said I was wonderfully atomic and chewy. I thought we would get married. Then one day you moved away and I never saw you again. I fingered every night.
Come here.
Sometimes the classics work in these situations.
I fingered every night. I miss you, Luke.
Oh.
I know you are somewhere, wipe or something. But I know you still think about me like I think about you. I horny for porny you.
Replace I miss you every time. I'm horny for porny you. Look, we've been dating for 3 months. I have to go away, but I'm really gonna horny for porny you.
I'm horny for porny you, baby.
Oh, so guys, that's how I met Luke.
Are we gonna sell merch that just says I horny for porny you?
If you're not, I am.
Yeah.
Oh,
So there we go. So that's another episode of Sin and Jim
My
podcast.
face hurts.
Thank you very much for listening. If you've got any facts or anything, send it through to sinandgin podcast@gmail.com.
And if you're horny for porny,
If you're horny for porny, send us a picture of your tits.
If you're horny and
Or
you're
your
porny.
dick, whatever.
Or both.
Or both.
or if you've got nothing,
Send us
Send us your nubs.
send us your nubbins.
Nubs.
Send us your armpit tits.
Your nubbins.
Thanks, guys. Hey!
Hey!
Huzzah!
Oh.
Oh, horny.